What?
Nothing.
Tell you about the Italian lady.
Tell me about your detox. What's it like?
Oh my god, it's a fucking circus sideshow. I never imagined characters like I've seen in this place. This Moroccan guy came in, okay? He says he's not an alcoholic, but he drinks every day. He drinks a couple of 500-milliliter beers and then whiskey after, but he's not an alcoholic. And he just came in to give his liver a rest. But the whole time he was there, he didn't stop cleaning anything. He didn't stop the whole time he was there. Just work, work, work. He said he didn't have time for emotions. But he doesn't have, he doesn't have time for emotions, and he also doesn't have the emotional problems that all these people have. And I said, well, at least you don't have any denial issues either, What? We had the weatherman. He was like, he had the mind of a 10-year-old kid. But we asked him, it's the beginning of September, and he told us what the weather's going to be like on Halloween.
Has he been right about other predictions?
Yeah, I asked him like a week before. I said, I'm going out next Monday. What's it going to be like? He says, oh, 20 degrees and clear. Yeah. And it was 20 degrees, beautiful outside.
That's weird, man.
He says Christmas Eve, it's going to be moins 11 avec verglas. This is the guy who wouldn't stop eating, and we put laxatives in his food.
Oh.
Well, the first night he came, he went in the fridge and there's leftovers. And there was like 6 or 7 hamburger patties and a whole tray of tuna sandwiches. And he just took them both to the table, sat and ate them all in one shot. And in the morning, there was a bowl of pasta, like macaroni. Huge bowl, like a salad bowl. And he just took it to the table and left like that much. And he just kept on eating. He'd go up to the kitchen to get dinner. Before they hand him his first plate, he'd say, there's more when I'm finished. And just because he kept on eating everything, and we're bored. There's like a bunch of kids at summer camp. A lot of people had constipation problems, so this girl had a bottle of that phosphate solution. We poured like a half a bottle in his dessert. And he was telling us, oh man, well in French, you know, he said, I can't stop going to the bathroom. I went like 4 times in the past half hour. I don't know what's going on. And he says, at nighttime, I'm in my bed. One Monday, I was out for the day and I came back, and there's this new kid. He's like 24, fat, Italian kid. There was something about him. He didn't look right. He didn't say the right thing ever. He didn't fit in anywhere. And as time went on, only after a couple of hours, we find out this guy he's got problems, and this fucking kid is dangerous. And within a couple hours of being in there, he got a ban. They put a ban against, he says you can't.
Is that rickety old fire alarm trying to ring?
They've been ringing it all morning.
Oh, I guess there's no fire then?
No.
So that thing sounds like it needs the paddles on the chest to revive it. You know? It's gonna code any second now.
This kid wasn't right in the head. We saw that it wasn't right, and we started playing with him a bit at first. So the young girl, the young blonde, starts telling him, like we didn't. She just came out of the house and she sat down, and she's sitting beside him. We're actually kind of behind him a bit and saying, telling him that she wasn't real, like nobody else could see her. She said, nobody else can see me. I died in this house a couple of years ago. And she was talking, and she would talk to us, and he was talking to her, and we'd say, who the fuck are you talking to, man? And he'd say, the blonde with the glasses, the young girl. What the fuck are you talking about? I said, there's an old lady here, like, and there's Lynn, the lesbian, but what the fuck? There's no fucking young blondes here, man.
You're fucking with his head.
Yeah, and who's gonna believe this? The kid fucking believed it. After this happened, I don't know. He in his head, he said he had a thing with her now. Him and Noah had a thing. And I was speaking to him outside later in the night. He says, oh yeah, we have a thing. Maybe she doesn't realize it now, but one day she will. She'll realize that we really had something special. It was like 10 minutes, fuck, you know? And he was eyeballing her all the time, and he had these crazy eyes, and he was big and fat, and he walked around like this all the time. and just plowed people out of his way. So he scares the shit out of her. And so they say, you got a ban now. You cannot go within 10 feet of her, and you're not allowed in the same room as her unless it's to eat. So in the morning, me and her are in the kitchen. So what does he do? He gets a bowl of cereal and comes and sits at the kitchen table. And I said, you're not supposed to be eating in the kitchen for one thing. And I said, you're not supposed to be in the same fucking room as her. Get the bowl and get the fuck out of here now. So he got his shit and got out. As people are talking, we're talking about some kind of atelier they have. It's a workshop, and the woman who gives it is not quite right in the head. It's just a lot of religion, and she really went off and started yelling and really crazy. And we were talking about it, and I said, I don't know, we're talking about just what kind of people we were. I say, well, I'm basically a respectful person, blah, blah, blah. I don't get up and walk out in the Alcoholics Anonymous meetings like some, a couple of people just get up and walk out. Fuck this bullshit, and walk away. And he looks at me and says, you're fucking dreaming, bro. I said, nobody's talking to you. Shut the fuck up. And you know what? You're fucking within 10 feet of her again. Go, get in the fucking house, man. So later that night, he starts his bullshit again. And then he's running upstairs squealing, saying that we're not including him in the group. But the whole thing is, you got like 5 or 6 people who are usually relatively passive, and this guy comes in and fucking all hell breaks loose, and like everybody's fucking got their back up. I swear to God, people didn't want to fucking sleep with their door unlocked.
They were scared of
with
him?
this guy in the house. So it blew, that night too, they threatened to throw me out.
For what?
Because I was gonna kick his ass.
So what happened with this guy?
We ended up fucking going to the office and saying, Andre, this guy, me and this little French girl, Belinda, we went up and I said, it's not just me, it's not just Belinda. I said, it's not just her out there. I said, there's like 2 or 3 other people downstairs who don't even want to fucking get near this guy. He's fucking dangerous, man. He shouldn't be here. This is not a place for him. He needs to be in a mental hospital. And he had said, if it wasn't for his father, he would have already cracked some heads in there. And he had spent 60 days on a psych ward in the Jewish General where he said he didn't even get to see the sun for weeks at a time. So this kid had something wrong with him. And he started getting, when we started really pushing him out, like, he got the ban from like so many people, he wasn't allowed around anybody. It's like you're banished to your room pretty much, man. And he freaked out and started getting violent and slamming shit around, and they said, you're out. And even after he was gone, fucking the girls were asking me, go talk to Pierre tonight, man, because you're tight with Pierre. Go ask him what's gonna happen tonight. Like,
I mean, they were afraid he was going to come back?
Yeah, everybody was afraid he was gonna come back.
Wow.
Yeah, so Pierre said, don't worry, I don't sleep at night, the doors are gonna be locked. If he comes back, I call the cops. I mean, he's not welcome here anyways. But it was like, we were this close, man, to getting, me and the little French girl were really close to getting removed. And everybody's sitting outside after with their head in their hands like this saying, oh, fucking Jerry's gonna be pissed. Jerry's gonna be pissed. And I said, you know what? Jerry's never gonna fucking admit that he made the bad call by letting this guy in the fucking house. And he never did, and he never called a meeting, and he never said anything of it again. Nothing was said. I think we did Jerry a favor by getting this guy out.